A murder trial is already seeing some interesting twists. Today, opening statements were made in the trial of Alan Jones, and before those were over, the judge stopped to question the prosecution's understanding of the crime. Right now, Jim Kenyon's live outside the courthouse in Oswego County to explain what happened and what it means for the trial. Jim.
Well, you know, Matt, usually during opening arguments, the prosecution lays out its case for the jury, but what happened today in the murder trial of Alan Jones may, in the minds of many, cast doubt on if there's a conviction here, whether it would withstand an appeal. Now, Alan Jones is charged with strangling his stepsister, Erin Maxwell, with, we're quoting here, depraved indifference, according to the indictment. That's an important term. But when DA Donald Dodd told the jury that Jones showed no emotions when rescuers showed up at the home in Palermo, defense attorney Sal Lanza objected, called for a mistrial, and Judge Hafner asked the jury to leave the courtroom. Now, Dodd explained to the judge outside the presence of the jury that Alan Jones' apparent lack of emotion was what Dodd called evidence by conduct of depraved indifference. But Judge Hafner read a court of claims ruling that basically says a defendant's attitude can't be used as evidence of depraved indifference. That ruling seemingly conflicts with the heart of the murder indictment of Alan Jones. Now, Hafner told Dodd, your argument is flawed, you misapprehend what the crime is, you've got it all backward. Nevertheless, the judge denied defense attorney Sal Lanza's request for a mistrial when the jury returned to the courtroom, but he also instructed them to disregard the DA's comments about Jones' lack of emotion when he found Erin hanging by a rope in her room. So it appears now that the prosecution is going to try to poke holes in Jones' claim that Erin accidentally hanged herself by somehow catching a rope on a screw protruding from a window in her room, and that he's going to show that the marks on Erin's neck were consistent with a strangulation rather than a hanging, and that Jones' statements to police were inconsistent. Now, in his opening remarks, Sal Lanza says that he'll show that Jones' statements to police were in fact consistent, and he's going to bring in an engineer to show how Erin could have accidentally hanged herself. Testimony got underway this afternoon. The jurors heard the 911 call that Jones made on August 29, 2008, and they also heard testimony from the two rescuers who responded to that call. Reporting live from the Oswego County Courthouse, Jim Kenyon, Action News.
And Jim will be following the trial for us until a verdict is reached. You can find updates on Action News and always on CNYCentral.com.